going out with you tonight? Are you close to here?
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel At Home with Shell and to another foodie video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 delicious slow cooker meals. So I feel like as soon as kind of autumn comes, I make so many more slow cooker recipes. There's something really comforting about them, and they're super easy, aren't they, as well, because you can just put them on in the morning before you go to work. You get home, dinner's ready, there's no hassle with it. And yeah, it's just something so nice about getting in from work. You walk through the door and you can smell dinner cooking already. It's just no hassle. So yeah, hopefully you really enjoy this video. I've got 3 quite different kind of recipes as well. If you've watched my videos before, then you'll know that I always include the calorie information and the sin information for anyone who is following Slimming World. And then I will pop the ingredients list in the description box down below if you obviously want to make them and just quickly have a look for the ingredients to go shopping for. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, please do give it a thumbs up. If you do make any of these recipes, then please do let me know. And yeah, if you're new, I do make quite a lot of foodie videos, so I'd love for you to subscribe. I have also got a foodie kind of Instagram account which I try and upload to, which is underscore UK. So the first recipe that I wanted to share with you is a beef stroganoff. So this was absolutely delicious and so handy. We actually had this on one evening when Arabella was at swimming, and normally there's a real rush for dinner, so we got back and dinner was pretty much ready. And I served this with some tagliatelle, but you can serve it with whatever you want, whether it's pasta, rice or anything. And calorie wise, this comes in at 260 calories without any pasta, so really low in calories, this dish. And it comes in at 2.5 syns per serving, and the quantities for this will serve 4 people. So these are all the ingredients that you'll need to make the slow cooker stroganoff. So you'll obviously need some beef. I'm just using some diced beef here, so around 400 to 500 grams pack of beef. I've got probably around 250, 300 grams of mushrooms that I've just kind of quartered so they're fairly chunky. A couple of tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. You'll need some reduced fat cream cheese, a stock pot, 3 garlic cubes, a couple of teaspoons of Dijon mustard and 1 chopped onion. I'd normally use a white onion, but I only had red, so I'm using this. And then whatever you want to serve it with, so I'm just going to serve it with some tagliatelle. So to start off with, you just want to brown the onion and the mince, so you can either do this in a frying pan, or the slow cooker that I've got can actually go straight on the hob, which is so handy. I'll link it down below, and I think it's on offer on Amazon at the minute as well. It's so handy. So I'm just going to throw the onions in there, followed by the beef in there. Add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then literally just kind of brown the beef no longer than 3 to 4 minutes. So this will just sear the meat and gives it a nice flavour. So you can see I've browned most of the meat in here. I've only had it on. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be completely brown. Then I'm just going to pop that back onto the slow cooker. So now I'm just going to start to add in the rest of the ingredients. So I've got my 3 garlic cloves here. I'll just put these through the garlic crusher and add these in. So I've got the stock cube here, just squeeze that in. And then you can obviously make it up as a stock cube. I'm just going to add about 200 ml of water. And don't worry, it will just kind of dissolve as it's heating up anyway. Then you want to add around 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. So this gives it a really nice flavour. You might think 2 tablespoons is quite a lot, but I find, yeah, this is what kind of gives the stroganoff a really nice flavour. So that is literally all you need to do. So I'm just going to give it a final stir, and then I'll cook that on low for about 6 or 7 hours, and then the rest of it I will add later when I get home from work. Easy. So I'm back from work now. This has probably been on about, oh, it smells good, about 7 hours. So the meat is starting to go a little bit softer now. So probably about half an hour before it's ready. And then I'm just going to put a frying pan on and fry off the onions for a couple of minutes. I've put a little frying pan on. I shouldn't need it too much. Little spritz of oil in there, and then in with the mushrooms just to brown them off, and then they'll hold their shape a little bit more than just putting them straight in as well. Get a nice kind of char on them, and then I'll pop them into the slow cooker. Whilst the mushrooms are doing, I'm just going to put the mustard in. So you want about 2 tablespoons of the mustard in here. So I'm using Dijon mustard in here. Then you want some low-fat cream cheese, so probably around about 150 grams, which is probably just over half of this pack. And put that all in and give it a mix up. And then once the mushrooms are done, then you can add those in. So this will kind of give you the creamy sauce that you're looking for. So that's the mushrooms done, and then I'm just going to add those to the slow cooker. Give that a good stir, and then just leave that on low for about another half an hour, and the sauce will thicken up nicely. And then just serve it with whatever you're serving it with. So you can see I'm going to serve it with tagliatelle, super easy meal that is absolutely delicious. So it's now ready to serve, and I'm just going to serve that with some tagliatelle sprinkled with a little bit of parsley.
Tonight, are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh.
Next up is a honey and mustard chicken dish. So this one doesn't take quite as long in the slow cooker to do, so I'll generally do this one if I'm working from home, and I'll put it on my lunch break, and then it's ready after work, because it's not one of them that you can leave kind of 8 hours whilst you're out all day. Absolutely delicious though. I served it with some mashed potato and just some veg on the side, and this came in at calorie wise was 339 calories. Again, you'll obviously have to add more calories for whatever you're serving it with. Syns were slightly higher in this one because it's got mustard and honey in it, and this came in at 5 syns per serving. The ingredients that I'm showing you for this one only serve 2 people, but obviously if you're serving it for 4, then just double the quantity of the ingredients.
So this recipe is honey mustard chicken for 2 people. So we need 2 chicken breasts, 2 garlic cloves that are crushed. You'll need half a tablespoon of cornflour mixed with half a tablespoon of water. You'll need 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard, you need 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. We don't have that, so I'm going to use oregano, a handful of fresh basil leaves, 175 ml of chicken stock, 90 grams of soft cheese, which is added at the end just before you serve, and then some salt and pepper as well. So all of these ingredients go straight into the slow cooker, except the soft cheese, which is added just before you serve.
I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh,
Now the ingredients are in there, we just want to cook it on high for about 3 hours.
So it's around 3.5 hours later now, and it has nicely cooked. So I've just broken the chicken apart a little bit just to make sure it was cooked, but it's literally just like falling apart, as you can see. I had actually put double, when Nick was doing it earlier, he'd put double the amount of stock in, so I have just got rid of a little bit of the stock. And now what I'm going to do is add in the cream cheese, give it a stir, little bit of extra salt and pepper if it's needed, and then I'll serve it with mash and vegetables on the side. So about a tablespoon of cream cheese, and I'll just stir that through the sauce.
But I'm glad you're here. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah.
And the third recipe is a lamb Rogan Josh, which was absolutely delicious. This was so tasty. The sauce that it came with, oh my god, it was just absolutely delicious. And one thing that I love about this is that you actually make your own paste and you marinate the lamb. So it does take a little bit longer. The ingredients list looks quite exhaustive, but a lot of it is just spices if you've kind of got them in your house already, which you probably have. And then, yeah, it's just so nice. The lamb is just so succulent, and it tastes like in fact, I would say it tastes nicer than a takeaway curry, but for, yeah, like hardly any calories or anything. So this comes in slightly higher in calories, so 532 calories, and on Slimming World comes in at only 1 syn per serving. And then I just served it with some rice, and like I said, it was absolutely delicious. Definitely one to try. If you're tempted to reach for a takeaway, I would definitely go for this one instead. These are all the ingredients that you'll need to make the slow cooker lamb curry. So it does look like quite a lot of ingredients, but most of these are hopefully kind of spices and things that you've got in your store cupboard already. And what's great about this is that you're making your own paste as well. So there's not loads of like oil and stuff from a paste. So I'll go through everything that you'll need. So I've got 1 onion here, which I've just finely diced, 3 garlic cloves, a lamb stock cube. You'll need around 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, and then spice wise you'll need, I'll go through how much you'll need of each when I'm doing it, but ground cumin, chili powder, ground ginger, garam masala, paprika and smoked paprika. Then you'll need some yogurt, so just some fat-free natural yogurt, some lamb, so I'm using diced lamb shoulder. This is a 300-gram pack, so should just about be enough for 4 people. A red chilli, cardamom pods, so you just want to crush them. You can leave it out if you haven't got them. A cinnamon stick, some fresh coriander, passata, and then some rice to serve with. So I'm going to start off by making the paste. If you're putting this on in the morning, you can obviously do this in advance, and then you want to marinate the lamb. So you can leave it marinating as long as possible, really. So ideally overnight. So if you are putting this on like in the morning for after work, then leave it marinating for overnight to get the best possible flavours. So just to start off with, you want 3 tablespoons of tomato puree in there. Then going in with the garlic cloves, so I'm just going to squeeze through the 3 garlic cloves into a little blender. This blender's really handy actually. You can get them from most places, Amazon, so I'll just link it down below. Now I'm going to go through and add all of the spices. So starting off with ground cumin, and you want around 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. Same with the garam masala, so again 1.5 teaspoons of garam masala. A teaspoon of ground ginger. 2 teaspoons of normal paprika. Oh, this is running out. I'll put all of that in actually, because then that'll be that. And then you also want some smoked paprika, so you want a teaspoon of smoked paprika, teaspoon of chili powder, so you can use hot or mild, whichever you prefer. And then I'm just going to crumble it in a lamb stock cube in there as well. These ones don't crumble very well actually, but just kind of add that and then it'll break up in the paste anyway. And then just add a little bit of salt and pepper as well. I'm just going to add some salt and pepper in there. Bit of salt in there as well. And then you just want a little bit of oil, so about a tablespoon of oil. I've just got rapeseed oil here, but olive oil, whatever you've got, just to kind of help bind it and make the paste. And then you want to blitz that up so it's a nice paste to be able to coat the lamb. So then I'm just going to tip the lamb into a bowl and then just add in the delicious paste in here. So then here is the paste here, and then you just want to scrape that out and just coat the lamb in the paste, and then that will just marinate that. So like I said, you want to leave that to marinate for at least a couple of hours ideally, but you can leave it overnight and all it will do is just intensify those delicious flavours. I'm just going to stir that round, making sure the lamb is all coated in the paste. There we go, there's the lamb all coated, and then I'm going to leave that for a couple of hours and then come back to it shortly. It's actually the next day now, so I left the lamb marinating overnight, so it's all pretty much done. Super quick in the morning now. All I need to do is put this on. What you want to do is just brown the meat first. You can either do this in a saucepan or my slow cooker. I'll link it down below if anyone's interested, but I can actually put this directly on the hob, so I'm going to do that now. But basically what you want to do is pop the onions and the lamb into the saucepan and then put it onto a medium heat just to brown it for about 5 minutes, and then put it all back into the slow cooker. So I'm just literally going to brown this and then the onions as well for about 5 minutes. Whilst the lamb's doing, I'm just going to quickly make the sauce. So for this you'll need around 250 grams of yoghurt. Natural yoghurt would probably work better, but I've only got this yoghurt, so I'm just kind of using this. I suppose natural yoghurt is thinner, isn't it? So there we go, 150 grams of that. And then I've just got some kind of crushed cardamom pods there, so about a teaspoon. Just pop that in, and then I've got some chopped chilli and coriander. Just pour that in there as well. And then you want to add in a tin of passata, or carton rather. So this is about 400, I want about 400, there's 500 in here, but I'll just add the whole thing. Around 50 ml of water. There we are. Then I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves to that as well. I'm then just going to give this a good stir, just making sure everything's all mixed. You could of course just do this in the slow cooker, but my slow cooker has got the lamb in it at the minute, so it's just easier to do it like this so it can all mix up. And then that's just ready. Again, you could make this in advance, so I could have made this last night just to pour in, but I mean that's taken me what, a minute? So then that's just ready to pour over the lamb and onions, which I'll grab off the stove now. It already smells delicious, so there we go. That's done, ready to go in the slow cooker pot. So now the sauce just pours over. Give that a good mix to make sure the lamb is covered, and then all I'm going to do is add a little bit of salt and pepper and a cinnamon stick. Once you've given that a good stir, then that's it. All you need to do, and then just obviously serve it with some rice later on. So you want to cook it on high for around 3.5 to 4 hours, or you can cook it on low for around 6 to 8 hours. So I'm going to put it on low, and then it'll be ready for when I finish work. So it's been on now probably around 8 hours. Oh, it smells so good. And then I'll try a little bit of the lamb as well. But there we have it. Delicious lamb curry, which I'll just serve with some rice. So they are the 3 slow cooker recipes that I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully you find this video useful, and I will probably be making some more like this if you would like more kind of slow cooker inspo, because it's probably out at least 2, maybe 3 times a week at the minute for dinners, because it's just super handy. So yeah, hopefully it gives you a little bit of inspiration, because the slow cooker definitely saves time as well. I will link the slow cooker that I use in the description box down below, because it's super handy, because you'll have seen when I was making things that you can actually put it onto the hob as well as then put it back into the slow cooker, so saves on washing up there too. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.